My name's Wendy. I started attending First Presbyterian Church around November of 2012. When I was a child growing up, my parents raised us as Presbyterian, but it was very short-lived. They didn't stay connected to the church, and we weren't very involved, although I really liked the feel and the energy, and I have the fondest memories of those times, especially with Sunday school and a few experiences I had with the youth group. But after that, we withdrew from all church, all religious facilities, and there was no religious practice for many, many years. When I started college, I began a journey with this opened, hungry mind. I met my husband in Idaho while I was working with young adults in recovery. Nature was our temple, just outside, playing every sport, every passion, even if it was just sitting under a tree. That's where I felt really connected spiritually. I became pregnant, which was a choice that we very much wanted to have a child together. The pregnancy was ended early. My daughter came into the world and she didn't quite make it. She had to be resuscitated. She was kept alive on machines for the first month of her life at 1.5 pounds. It was a really dark, scary time, and my first instinct was to just cry out literally to God in prayer, just in desperate prayer, and that was the first kind of pulling me back, pulling me home to a more structured Christian practice. That I finally just had this desire to come back to the Presbyterian Church. My mother's always, has returned as well, and it's really brought her a lot of peace, and it felt like I wanted to explore that and come back to kind of my roots, my first exposure to a Christian practice. And I saw the First Pres many times driving by, and I thought, I'll just go and just see what happens. So I came in, and the first service I sat down, was greeted by wonderful people, and I just felt like I was home. And that was it. I just felt like I was home. I cried through the whole service, and the healing began. And how the baptism ties in with all of this. My whole life I've wanted it, I've been curious. It just seemed a little out of reach. And it was sitting down with Jenny at coffee that it was just so simple, and she just made it so simple, so eloquent, so inviting, in the words that you've always been enough, God has always loved you, and He always will, wherever you are in your path. And it was just like, oh, cool, let's do it. And that was that. I mean, granted, it's much more to me in my heart, but just the simplicity of it was, in her delivery, was something that brought me even closer to this particular church, because it, you don't have to be more. We are enough in God's eyes. Period.